I want to talk about what I mean by saying integrate the higher self. And I say that because it's so important. And I've learned that through my shroom experiences. My psychedelic experiences have taught me that it's a tangle of self, right? I've been talking about this. But now it's like I want to take these concepts. I feel like I've been talking about them on a broader term. Now I want to hone in on certain things. And I want to talk about the integration part. What we're here in this plane of existence to do. So let's talk about it. A human being naturally, okay? A human being, like I'm talking about the archetype of a human being, has a dualistic aspect to it. A material aspect and a spiritual aspect. One that is unseen. One that vibrates at a higher frequency, so high that it is not visible to that material eye. Okay? The goal of a human being, the basic obligation of a human being is self-development. That's why TikTok is popping and shit, because TikTok is giving us a bunch of informations, and that's why you can see what videos are going viral or anything. If you can share information in a quick way, in an easy digestible way, if you can share information about human beings, the way we the way we go about life, just about our body, learning about the self, learning about just humans on a deeper level, you can see those are the more viral videos. People love what's his name? Hank, I don't know his tag, but people tag him like, Hank, what about this? Because it doesn't matter, from all walks of life, doesn't matter where you came from, doesn't matter what you've gone through, people always get hyped when they learn information about themselves, when they learn information about the human race, when they learn information. And the reason I'm saying that is because, once again, the basic obligation of a human being, of the design of a human being, is self-development. That's why things like spirituality, you seem to grow and just learn about yourself more, because that spirituality is directly connected to the basic obligation of a human. Again, self-development. But so are the things like Hinduism and Buddhism. Hinduism and Buddhism are not religions. They're not religions. And I thought that even people within that way of life knew this, because, as I started to learn, I guess not as I started, I went straight to the source. I read the Upanishads. Did not finish it, but I looked it up. I have the book. I'm not at home right now, but I read the Upanishads. And that's one of the first things they tell you. Hinduism is not a religion, and neither is Buddhism. And I learned that Buddhism thing I read a couple books about Buddhism, but working with Buddha, I guess essentially as a deity, but not really. I don't keep up with it, but being able to tap into that essence of consciousness, Buddha, I was able to directly learn from Buddha. Same thing with Jesus. I believe in Jesus. Jesus was someone just like me, figuring out life. Except we think about back then, there were no distractions. I say distractions because on psychedelics, specifically, oh my God, I'm gonna keep thinking about it. Ayahuasca. I've never done ayahuasca, but I do know they go through certain ceremonies and everything. And one of the things you learn on ayahuasca, which is something that I've learned myself, but through my own experiences, is that not to get distracted, is that the world is made up of a bunch of distractions. This is what I call the illusional reality. Don't forget, I'm talking about why I say integrate the higher self, why integration is important. Don't forget, that's what I'm explaining. Now we're talking about distractions. That's because this entire life is a distracting us from our true purpose, which is self-development. Our basic obligation as a human being is self-development. That means that anything that is stopping you from developing past this present moment has got to go. How long have I been talking? 5 minutes. I don't want this to be so long. Anything that is getting in the way of you changing, expanding, developing, learning more about yourself has got to go. And this is when I say that life is so simple, it's so complicated. I introduced how I've been learning about binary code from my roommate who is majoring in computer science. I know that she's supposed to be in my life, and she's a very important piece in the puzzle, in the game, because of my psychedelic experiences. One experience in particular, I asked out loud, this life is all about asking the right questions. I said, who are the important people in my life right now, and like who are in my life for a lifetime, not just a season. And this person that I met, who is now my roommate, she was a coworker at the time. They didn't tell me too much because I didn't know too much about her. And the mind you can only know as much as you know. As much as you learn in this life, this plane of existence. That's why, all the books that you read, it's like you're feeding information into your computer so that it can create a language or say the right things. Or we might be thinking the same things, but I might have more information to better explain it. People say it all the time. You take what I think and you put it out. That's because I've put myself through experiences that have helped me to develop, to understand it. I'm not saying anything new. Growing up, my grandma would always say, there's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun because consciousness is evolving. Who do you think does the evolving? You, babe. So when I say you need to integrate the higher self, I'm saying you need to tap into the essence that knows so that it can help you in this delusion, in this illusional reality. This is not actuality. This is not reality. Real. Reality is an illusion. Reality is an illusion. It is an interpretation of the internal vibrations that are going on. Internal vibrations that are going on within you. Internal, within, same thing. Work on you to change the outside. So that you know, at the end of the day, when it comes to analysis of life, it is going to be a matter of intelligence. It's like, to describe it, to end this video, I'm going to say it's like a lot of people are reading the book, but they're not comprehending. A lot of people are doing life, but they're not building the intelligence to help them to make it more conquerable. They're going through life to where they think things are happening to them and not for them. You're the one that's doing it. And at the end of the day, nobody wants to be told they're the reason for why their life is the way that it is. That's it. That's all I'm going to talk about. She's about to come home. I'm about to finish nannying. It's 1:54. I never do an outro, so watch this.
Hey, listen!